Number 1 on 717 says, a Ferris wheel holds 48 people. There are 823 people with tickets to ride the Ferris wheel. How many times will the Ferris wheel need to be run to give everyone a ride? Now you can see I've already done the work here. That's not your answer. It's asking how many times does the Ferris wheel have to go so everybody gets a ride. So if it goes 17 times, it's going to give almost everybody a ride. There's going to be 7 people left, remaining 7 people left who didn't get a ride. Everybody needs to have a ride. So 17 times the Ferris wheel is going to be full, but it needs to run another time to give those last 7 people a ride. So the Ferris wheel has to run 18 times. And in this case, we're rounding up. Number 2 is different. It's saying bananas cost 89 cents each at the fruit stand. Isabel has $11.75. How many bananas can she buy? Well, first of all, we know we're going to divide because repeated subtraction is the same thing as division. And if you think to yourself, $11.75 minus 89 cents, that's 1 banana. And then you'd subtract it again and again and again. I've already done the division problem out, and we get 13 with a remainder of 18. Well, we can't answer this problem with she can buy 13 remainder 18 bananas. That doesn't make any sense. What this division problem is saying is that she can get 13 bananas and she's going to have a remainder of 18 cents, which isn't enough to buy another banana. So we're not going to round up because that 18 cents won't buy a banana. And so we have to leave it as just the whole number. She can buy 13 bananas and then she'll have 18 cents to save up for her next banana, I guess. For number 3, it's a different kind of problem again. It says the 15 members of the running club made $1,338 selling magazines. They will divide the money equally. How much should each runner get? Those are our keywords letting us know we're going to divide. I've divided down to where we have a remainder. Because it's saying that they're going to divide the money equally, we can't just say that they're each getting $89 with a leftover $3. They're getting all of that money. So because we're talking about money, we can add in the decimal point, and I'm going to put it on the top also in the quotient. I'm going to add a 0, and I'm going to bring down the 0. And now I say 15 goes into 30 2 times. 2 times 15 is 30. I don't get a remainder, but because I want to have this last place value for pennies, I'm going to bring down my last 0. And I have my answer is $89.20. So we should circle that we're going to need a decimal for that and that they're each going to get $89.20. There are 524 goldfish in the fish pond. They will be put in indoor tanks for the winter. If each tank holds 45 fish, how many tanks will be needed? Now, once again, if we subtract out 45 fish for the first tank, subtract 45 for the next tank, and so on, repeated subtraction is the same thing as division. So that's how we know we're going to divide. And when we divide out, we know 45 goes into 52 just one time. I don't even need to round. 2 45s is 90, so I know that's going to be too high. So I'm going to use 1 again. And I'm left with 29. So my answer is 11 remainder 29. But this is like that first problem with the Ferris wheel. We can't let these 29 fish die. They have to go in a tank. So what this is saying is that I have 11 full tanks with a full 45 fish in it. But then I need another tank for these 29 fish. So these are 11 full tanks plus 1 more tank for those 29 fish. So I need 12 tanks. And this is another case where I'm going to round up because I need some for the 29 fish. Mr. Lopez made 339 ounces of strawberry jam. He plans to divide the jam equally among his 12 cousins. How many ounces of jam will each cousin get? Now, this one's kind of tough because sometimes when you're measuring things, they put things in decimals. But in this case, they want it as a mixed number. So everybody will get 2.5 slices of pizza or 1 1/4 cups of sugar, whatever. Because we're doing 12s, I'm not going to round again. I'm just going to know that I have 12, 24, 36 is too high. So I have 2, which is 24, and I subtract and I get 9. And then I have 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, 72, 84, 96. And that leaves me with 3. Now when I'm doing a remainder with mixed numbers, we did this when we were changing improper fractions into mixed numbers. So all I need to do is I take my remainder, and it is my numerator, and my divisor is my denominator. So I have 28 and 3/12. Well, we all know that we need to simplify this, so we're going to divide both of them by 3. And in the end, my answer is 28 and 1/4 ounces. On the remembering side, the first 4 are multiplication, and I didn't do any of those because I think you guys all know how to do those. But for the second section, remember, length is from one point to another point. Area is filling in a space like this, a 2-dimensional space. That's why it's in square units. And volume is filling up the inside of something, like filling something all the way up. So if you're filling something all the way up, like in this case, sand in a sandbox, you're not just sprinkling one tiny little grain of sand like this to cover the bottom. So it's not area. So that is filling something up. So here you're going to use volume. When you're talking about just one point to another, like the length of a fence, that is length. A tablecloth is just like this here, where you're covering up a table with a flat item. So this here is area. And again here, this is talking about length, so we know this is also length. On the remembering side on number 9, we have Henry has $20. He bought a hat for $5.99 and a baseball for $3.50. How much did he have left? Well, we have 2 key words here. We have he bought something and how much did he have left, so we know we're going to subtract. You can do this one of 2 ways. You can take $20 and you can make sure you're lining up your decimal points. You can subtract each of the items one by one, or you can add $3.50 and $4.90 and $5.99 together and then subtract it from 20. Number 10 is a 2-step process. It says Georgia made 3 trays of cookies, and each tray had 12 cookies. She then wrapped the cookies in packages of 6. How many packages did she wrap? Well, she has 3 trays, and each of them has 12. We first have to figure out how many cookies in all she has, and if you look, she has 12 plus 12 plus 12, which is the same thing as 12 times 3, which we know is 36. And then she's wrapping them, she's dividing them up into 6s, so we just take 36 and we divide it by 6 for the answer of how many packages. Number 11 is just like number 10. It's a 2-step process. Ralph picked 6 baskets of corn, and each basket held 30 ears of corn, and then he put 9 ears in each bag. So we have to take these 6 baskets and multiply it by 30, because there's just like the picture up here, except with 6. We multiply that out and we get 180, and then he's dividing the corn up into 9 ears in each bag, so we're going to divide that 180 by 9. Finally, for number 12, Sierra had $35. She earned $8 raking leaves, $15 shoveling snow, and the rest babysitting. So we know that leaves plus snow plus babysitting equals $35. We know that leaves was 8, shoveling snow was 15. We don't know what babysitting is, so we can add these 2 together and then subtract it from 35 for our answer.